Is Iran's nuclear mountain waking up again despite the US brokered truce? Fresh satellite images fuel new questions. Is Iran quietly expanding activity at its deeply buried Pickaxe Mountain nuclear-related complex? What is really happening inside Pickaxe Mountain as construction reportedly continues after the ceasefire? New satellite images raise fresh questions over Iran's underground nuclear-related work despite the truce. Fordow and Esfahan too remain largely unchanged, raising new questions despite earlier US and Israeli bombing claims. New satellite imagery showed Iran continued work at a key underground nuclear-related site despite recent diplomatic understandings. The Institute for Science and International Security cited late June satellite imagery of the Pickaxe Mountain underground complex near Natanz. The institute said construction activity continued near Natanz despite the U.S. Iran memorandum of understanding. According to the institute, the memorandum required Tehran to maintain the status quo at nuclear-related facilities. The assessment said it found no major repair work currently underway at the main Natanz nuclear complex. It added that the Fordow and Esfahan nuclear sites appeared largely unchanged in the latest satellite imagery assessment. High-resolution imagery from Van Tor showed the tunnel entrances at Esfahan remained completely blocked and inaccessible. The imagery indicated the entrances had stayed sealed with soil for nearly a year after major airstrikes. The tunnels were damaged during Israeli strikes and the U.S. Operation Midnight Hammer in June 2025. Analysts said Iran backfilled the tunnel entrances with large amounts of dirt in early 2026 as a protective measure. The assessment said Tehran appeared to be shielding underground facilities from possible future military strikes while preserving the sites. The latest imagery suggests Iran continued underground activity while deliberately keeping the tunnel access points sealed. Iran's top military commander has issued a pointed warning to the United States and Israel ahead of Ali Khamenei's funeral, framing the period as one of high tension and readiness. Major General Ali Abdullahi vowed a harsh and regretful response to any perceived miscalculation, signaling that Tehran wants to deter any move it might see as exploiting the leadership transition. He stressed that Iranians remain determined to avenge their martyred leader, tying national mourning directly to promises of future retaliation against perceived enemies. Abdullahi also declared that Iran's armed forces are at full readiness to defend the nation, suggesting heightened alert levels around key military and strategic sites. Major General Ali Abdullahi said, quote, "In these historic days, which reflect the determination of Iranians to avenge their martyred leader, we warn the enemies of the strong Iran, especially the United States, the Zionist regime and their regional and extra-regional accomplices, to avoid any miscalculation. We declare our full preparedness to safeguard the independence, security, and territorial integrity of the Islamic Iran and emphasize our unwavering obedience to the guidelines of his righteous successor, the leader and commander-in-chief, Ayatollah Sayyid Mujtaba Hosseini Khamenei. The development of missile and drone power, strategic scientific advancements, the consolidation of national security, and the spirit of weaken are among the leader's lasting honors." The warning comes as Iran prepares for a multi-day funeral ceremony for the late supreme leader, a moment when both symbolism and security are at a premium. Iran is preparing for one of the largest state funerals in its modern history, following the death of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. More than 90 countries are expected to take part, making the ceremony a major international event. Delegations from across Asia, the Middle East, Latin America, and beyond are expected to arrive despite growing geopolitical tensions. The multi-day funeral is expected to become both a tribute to Iran's late leader and a major display of diplomatic support. Officials from over 30 countries have already formally requested permission to send high-level government delegations. Multi-day ceremonies will take place across Tehran, Qom, Mashhad, and several cities in Iraq under tight security. The funeral schedule was postponed to allow preparations for what Tehran describes as a major international event. The ceremonies will be coordinated by Iran's Supreme National Security Council, the Leader's Office, and a National Organizing Committee. Special committees have also been formed to oversee security, media operations, transport, and foreign delegations. India is sending a high-level delegation to attend the funeral. Russia is expected to be represented by an official delegation. China is also expected to send a delegation to the funeral. Pakistan is expected to be represented by both public and official delegations. Iraq is expected to send senior officials, large public delegations, and prominent Shiite clerics. Afghanistan is expected to send an official delegation. Syrian officials are expected to attend as part of an official delegation. Lebanon is expected to send officials along with representatives of Iran-aligned groups. Oman is expected to be represented by an official delegation. Qatar is also expected to send an official delegation. Venezuela is expected to send a delegation to the funeral. Cuba is expected to be represented by an official delegation. Georgian President Mikhail Karabalashvili is expected to attend in person alongside regional leaders. Turkey is among the regional countries expected to attend the funeral. Azerbaijan is also expected to be represented at the funeral. Armenia is likewise expected to attend with an official delegation. According to reports, the United States, Israel, the United Kingdom, France and Germany are not expected to send official delegations. Khamenei's body will also be transferred to Iraq on July 8 for ceremonies in Baghdad, Najaf, and Karbala. Iran says Iraq has established a national committee to organize the visit following high-level coordination between the two countries. Burial ceremonies are expected to take place in Mashhad on July 9 near the shrine of Imam Reza, according to reports. Iran has declared public holidays to allow millions of people to participate in the funeral ceremonies. Authorities say free metro and bus services will operate throughout the events as large crowds are expected. More than 300 foreign journalists have registered to cover the funeral, while officials say no internet shutdown is planned. Iran says the ceremonies will demonstrate national unity and reaffirm allegiance to the country's new leadership.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.